We'll minimize it. So what I'm looking for here is this merge column. So we've selected city, control, and selected state, which allowed us to select them both at the same time. And now we are going to merge columns. It asks us if we want a separator. We don't. We can just use merge columns. And now if, let's see here, where did those bad boys? So as we can see here now, that Dallas and that Texas, it merged. I don't like that because there's no separator. We clicked no separator before, we selected none. So I'm gonna come back over to that last step. We can go to applied steps, and that last step that we created, we can delete it, and it's gonna go back to the original version. I'm gonna hit control, select the city, I hit control, and I'm going to go to add column. Initially we were at transform column. I'm going to go to add column. When we're making changes in our Power Query view, we may not want this to transform it. When we transformed it, it gave us, it just merged the city and the state. But if we go to add column, we can still merge it, but now it's going to allow us to keep the city and state column, but it's going to give us a new column that's going to merge these two columns together. So now we're going to click merge column, and we do want a separator, and we're going to call that separator a comma. So now when we merge the column, it's going to say Dallas, comma, Texas. And because we didn't transform these two and just make those just one column, now the new column is going to be over here at the end. It's called merge. It's called merge, and we have Dallas, comma, Texas. I don't want that name of that column to be merged. I want that to be called location. So I'm just going to double click inside of that title, and now we've got a new title, and it's called location. So now we can use this new column in our report, or we can use the Dallas and the Texas column, the city column, and the state column, which has the city and the state. We can use those two columns as opposed to just using that one column. It's totally up to you. When you do the analysis of your data, you determine how you want to see, how you want to build out your report. Oftentimes, you may get a client or a customer or manager, supervisor, whomever it may be, may tell you, how they want to see the report. But if not, you determine how you want to see your report. And most oftentimes, you'll get to decide. So now that those changes have been made, we're going to click close and apply. And we're going to watch as it's being applied. Now it says it's completed. We're going to go back to our report, and now we can see that we have, if we come over to the columns, and I'm going to minimize this so that we can actually see. We have city, we have state, and here is the location that we just created. Now, what you can do on a report doesn't just have to be one page. A report can be multiple pages. A report can be multiple pages. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to hit the plus button. Just real quick, I do understand that everyone is not going to be interested in Power BI, but you're out there looking for a tech solution, a tech opportunity for you to get into, the way you can make that career change, that career pivot. So for those of you guys that are out there that are into looking for that tech change, I do have a free 30-day calendar, a 30-day calendar. As you can see here, it's 30-day. Well, it's not a 30-day calendar. It's a 30-day tech transition planner. And it gives you day by day for 30 days, day 1 through day 30, to where you can use these steps in order to determine what tech venture you may want to get into. So I just wanted to throw that out there real quick. If you're interested in this free 30-day calendar that I have, just go to the link below the link below in this video, and just click the link, follow the link, and we will get you over the 30-day tech transition planner. Just wanted to take a quick break to let you know that. Now let's get back over to the webinar. To say new page. And what we will do here is we're going to look at creating a matrix. Remember before we came over, we clicked table, and right next to table is the matrix. The table and the matrix looks the same. They function pretty much very similar, but they do have some differences that you do want to play with the table and the matrix so that you'll get a good understanding of what are the differences between the table and the matrix. So I'm going to click matrix. I'm going to slide this over so that I can see it a little better. And what I am going to do here is I'm going to bring in the state, and I'm going to bring state into rows. That's not state, that's date. Let's see, state into rows. Then I am going to bring in city under state. So what we have here now is we have state, but if I click the little plus icon, now we have city. That's the major difference between a table and a matrix. The table, the matrix, you're able to expand and compress. So now we have state and city. What I want to do now is I want to bring profit. And remember, profit is a numerical value that can be aggregated. So I'm going to bring that into values. I said columns, but it's actually in values. So now, since it is a fact, since it's a fact, we can now bring that into the values. And now we see that the profit for Texas is 1409562. And if we expand it, we can see that Dallas is 1409562. And the reason for that is because it appears that the only city that is in this particular table is for Dallas. Let's see. Now, what I just brought in here is code, and I'm hoping that that is zip code. No, that is medical code. So now we have medical codes that are inside, that fall under Dallas, and now we can see what is the value for the profit for each one of these values in the medical code. So D900 is 7560, D950 is 1111968, and the total is going to again bring us to the 1409562. We can compress Dallas again, and now we see that the total is for Dallas, and we can compress Texas, and we can see that the total is for Texas. So that's the major difference between a matrix and a table, is that you can see the values down to a very minute level of detail, as opposed to with a table, you're seeing all the information at one time. Now, before we talked about the formatting is pretty much the same. If not, I mean, there's some slight differences, but for the most part, it's about the same. So I'm going to come over and I'm going to highlight so we can get a pretty good idea of what's being changed here. The formatting is the format button is the second button here. The data button, which all the data that we're inputting is going to fall under this particular icon. This is the format button. If we go to values and we change the text color, we'll see that the text changes here. That's our alternating text because these rows are alternating. We can go to our alternating, that's the first text, then we can go to our alternating text color, and let's just call that alternating color, whatever color this is here. And then we want to say that our background color is going to be this color, and our alternating background color is going to be